Well, good evening, Trinidad and Tobago, and to my co-host, good evening, Hadassah. How
Good
are you?
evening, Esther. I am good by God's grace. How are
Nicely.
you?
I am good as well by the grace of God. A lot of challenges
Yes.
is before us as a nation, as a people, as families. You know, um, there is so much going on, but I give God thanks for his breath in my lungs still. I'm still in the land of the living, and I'm grateful to
Indeed.
being here. So let me take this opportunity to welcome our viewers to Real Talk Corner. Yes, we are live, and I am grateful to be here this evening. I know there's a lot that we want to talk about. There is so much that has been happening. But most importantly, Hadassah, today it's already the 9th of February. I
Hmm.
was thinking we still in January at some point. That kind of senior moment when you what we finished January already and we're now in February. And it's already the 9th day, Sunday the 9th of February 2025. People, the time is flying. It is so, unbelievable sometimes how you look back and you may have had a loved one that passed away and then you realize, wait, no, it's 10 years already since this person gone, or it's 20 years already. You can't believe it. The time is just extremely fast going. But I am grateful that we are here. I'm grateful for the land that I'm living on in Trinidad and Tobago, even though sometimes you feel and you wish you were born somewhere else. I am happy to be a Trinidadian, an African Trinbagonian. I'm happy to be that, and I'm thankful to God for life. So, people, I know there's a lot, but do not give up. Do not give up. There is still hope. As long as there is life, there is hope, but you have to make the decisions on how you want to live, where you want to live, how happy you want to be, how disorganized you want to be, or if you want to be very organized. The choice is still our individual responsibility.
Indeed.
So I want to again welcome all of you to our Sunday evening Real Talk Corner program. And we have a lot that we're going to be talking about, but at this time, let me bring on my co-host to bring her greetings to you all.
All right. Good evening, Trinidad and Tobago. It is so good to be back with you again. Welcome to another episode of Real Talk Corner Live with Esther and myself. I always deem it the ultimate privilege to be able to have this platform and to speak to you about the things that are going on around us and to be a medium for encouragement and for positivity because there is enough negativity going on out there. Um, I had to tell Esther to stop peeping in my closet before a show because it seems like we're on a roll where two shows in a row we're almost wearing the same color scheme, which is really good. It means that we're aligned in our thoughts, but it's really good that we chose a nice bright yellow because we need sunniness and we
Yes.
need positivity and we need um sunshine. Esther was just talking about the fact that, once you're still alive, that there is hope. And I heard earlier this week somebody saying, anything that you're not changing, you are choosing, right? And it doesn't matter what it is. It could be a toxic relationship, it could be poor eating habits, it could be carrying around extra pounds. I'm speaking for myself. It could be anything that you are not changing, actively working towards changing. It means that you have accepted it. And that is our role actually, because I we have not been we're not entitled and we have not been promised to a cushy life, to what we do have though is we have life, we have breath. Um, if you are fortunate to have good health, you have that. And every day you have the choice to make of your life something, and you have an opportunity to do better, right? So I am just saying that this is where I want to start the show today, about the choices that we make. Of course, it is the election season. So at some point, we're probably going to get to talking about political choices. But it's the same thing. Anything that you are not actively working towards changing, you have decided that, hey, this is okay. And I feel like a general feeling of discomfort is not necessarily a bad thing, because I feel like if you're comfortable in a situation, you're not going to have the impetus or the will to change it. So again, let me just say good evening to all our viewers. Feel free to share the live, let everybody know that we're on. And of course, please participate in the conversation. Leave your comments in the comment section, and we'll try to get to them. We so enjoy when you guys interact with us and let us know how you feel about certain things that is happening in Trinidad and Tobago. um we seem to be a population that is drawn to bacchanal, and we are drawn to negativity, right? um Esther, you want to start the conversation about the doubles and how it came about? Because the thing about it is, I like I've said, I have been really trying during the week to disconnect from the constant barrage of news that is always flooding your mind and your atmosphere. Especially if you're always on social media, if you're always taking any news and whatnot. I have found that it is better for my mental health if I take in what is happening in doses, right? But of course, every now and again, you would realize you'd be minding your own business, and then you're slapped in the face with some foolishness, right?
Yes, and
And
mhm.
I don't know. I feel like as Trinbagonians, I wish we had the same vigor and energy for calling out nonsense um in public life and towards our leaders and stuff. Not why do we let everybody get us out of sorts and get our panties in a bunch, right? Like, what Benny Man said, maybe he should not have said. Maybe he is not practiced enough in PR, and I believe he will be made to feel how wrong he was to say that, right? However, that is one person's opinion, right? Every Generally, everybody else who has encountered our food and our delicacies, they always respond so positively towards it. People talk about the fact that um the food, the cuisine from Trinidad is so unique. It is so delicious. It is so good. Generally, 98 out of 100 people will say the food is fantastic. And we're talking specifically about doubles. They will say it is such an amazing dish. It is so innovative. It is so inclusive because it is a vegetarian dish. Everybody could participate of it. And then we let one person let us get us out of sorts. And I don't understand why, since when we have become such a finicky, sensitive bunch of people. And then we have other people who are saying that, hey, I want to throw my hat in the ring for a chance at being prime minister. In this particular case, I'm talking about Keezel Jackson. And then she would say things to stoke the fires, to stoke more negativity, to further divide. I do not understand where we are as a people. Take it away, Esther.
It is so ironic that
Oh,
we as a people, like you said, the energy that we invest into these little pet talk and foolish talk, nonsense talk,
yes.
if we put that energy into real issues that affect
Activism, social
our
change,
lives, that's right,
better
things that
leaders.
happen, and
Oh
be
my God.
creative with it as we have. I mean, it has brought me to a place over the last year or two to really evaluate my thoughts on things that I think about, what I make important to myself and to my
Yes.
existence. And sometimes when you go on social media, especially TikTok and Facebook, I ask myself, sometimes I want to respond to something, but then you see how negative people's response are to something that shouldn't even be that negative. One, because everybody is different in their thoughts. Every family has a different upbringing, a different environment. And based on that, you would respond to something either negative or positively. Then we have to remember that based on your upbringing, based on your environment, based on how you grew up listening to your parents or your peers around you respond to certain things, based on those ideologies that you have, you would respond in a particular way. So many times I read comments on social media and I would not put nothing. If I like the comment, I will just put a like or love, as the case may be. But I would not say anything because people seems to be so very thin-skinned, Hadassah, in these last days.
That is
Now, the Bible said
very
that men would be lovers of themselves in these last days. They're thinking about themselves only and nobody else. They don't think about people's feelings, people's mindset when they say certain things. And the thing about it is that everybody goes onto Facebook and they put their whole life there. In some cases, if they eat something, they put it. If I mean, it's no longer a individual or a couple where I send this to you, Hadassah, my friend, girl, I cooked this today. Look how it's looking. Everybody wants to put it up on Facebook. Somebody commits suicide. They want to put it up. Somebody. I mean, you want news and you want information, but some of the things that is there really is not necessary. Now, going back to the doubles stuff, where food is concerned, basically, I think there has always been, should I say, pulling and tugging in the Caribbean between
yes.
Trinidad, Barbados, and Jamaica. These three countries, there is always a whose food is better, who flavor is this. And I don't understand the reason why. While I was in America and, I cooked some food and they wanted to know if it was Jamaican. And I said, no, I'm Trinidadian. Okay. And we cook spicy food as well. We cook some nice stuff. The aloo pies and the doubles, which they love, the roti. American people love roti. And then you have the peas and rice or rice and peas. I don't want to call it wrong because, people pick you up and say it's not peas and rice, it's rice and peas. That's more the Jamaican food with the oxtail. You understand? But we cook that as well. But I think Jamaica is the one that is popular for it. In America, Jamaican has been marketed in a real big way. So when they taste these spicy food, when you go there, the first thing they ask you if you are Jamaican. They never really think about Trinidad because I think our government over the years never really marketed Trinidad and Tobago the way it ought to be. Nevertheless,